country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
Wow, that was an abrupt ending that time.
Yeah,
I feel like
I think you were on for a few seconds.
Was I? Because
I'm pretty sure.
No,
everybody
it came, I'm watching
it.
It came right in.
Todd. Well,
Yeah,
anyway,
there you go, Todd.
they heard me say Royce have beard. What's going on, America? It is Monday, and oh me, is it a Monday? I am going off 3 hours of sleep. The baby did not sleep last night. I'm going off of this will be 400 milligrams of caffeine by the time I'm done drinking it, and a dream, baby. I'm here because we got things to talk about, but first, business is business. We need to make sure you hit that like button. The more you hit the like button, the more people see this video, the more people see the truth. The more you hit that follow button, the more you'll always know when we go live, and make sure to hit that share button wherever you may be watching. And let's go ahead and get the chat blowing up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, over the weekend, Matt Gaetz dropped a bombshell report that we're going to talk about today, claiming that there are 5 foreign assassination teams, or is either 3 foreign, 2 domestic, I can't remember, 5 assassination teams here to kill President Trump. Do you believe that to be true? Comment yes or no in the chat. Let's get that blowing up right now. Also, P. Diddy is now on suicide watch in the same jail as Jeffrey freaking Epstein. You can't make it up. It's literally like they're just going dangle, dangle, carrot, 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 right here, stupid. Just believe it. Keep walking, keep dancing, puppet, do what we want you to do. And last but not least, Kamala Harris has a softball interview with Oprah Winfrey. And of course, she bombs it terribly because she is a babbling drunkard that has no idea what she's doing. Let's go ahead and introduce everybody that is into the show today. Apparently, I'm in trouble with his family, so I'm just going to announce him as Tony is in the building today.
Okay.
What?
Good morning, everybody.
What did I miss?
I think we need
I didn't hear this
story
story, but okay.
We need the story.
Your wife specifically came up to my wife and said that I must stop calling you Cartel Tony.
That is hilarious.
And apparently she was not joking. And I got scolded last night by my wife. All right, producer Royce is in the building.
What is up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
And of course, everybody's favorite redneck, Hot Seat Todd. Yeah!
That would never work. Like, if Kendra was to do something like, Kendra would be like, but he's a redneck. Like, no, like, like that's not going to work.
You know what, man? It was late at night. The baby wasn't sleeping. And I was just like, okay, fine. I'll call him Tony, and let's see how much that upsets everybody. So,
That's so.
Well, what if you just
that's so
abbreviate it and
boring.
just do the letters?
Antonio.
No. Like instead of Cartel Tony, you can do, T, well, and all the other stuff that you do. C,
What's the Spanish way to say cartel?
That's how they say it. They say cartel.
There you
So
go.
there's no
say-
Spanish
Well,
way?
you can learn the sign language of it.
Cartel Tony.
The sign
There it
language.
is.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to get ready to do.
You know what? Everybody in the chat, come up with a new name. I see somebody saying, I like
You don't
Kamala
want
is
them to
Tony.
do that. You don't
Can
want them to
somebody
do that.
come up with a Tony's wife approved name?
There you go.
Because we've now had to go through 3 different names for Tony because everybody's got a problem with it. And so you just let us know what somebody said. We'll start calling you. What was that movie? Sicario?
Oh, Sicario?
Somebody said
Sicario?
Somebody said DEI hired.
DEI hire Tony.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, we do have a serious thing that we got to talk about really quick before we get into it here. We're already starting off today's episode with a bang. This is going to take forever to get through the show. If you're having a good time, comment yes or no in the chat. Let's get this blowing up right now. Okay. So we are 44 days away from the election. And censorship is starting to pick up as per usual. And as it's not this unexpected thing, I got fact checked over the weekend on Facebook and Instagram for asking the question, how did the shooter know where to be and when to be there exactly at the right time at right place. How did the shooter park his car for 12 hours on the side of the road and nobody knew it and everything? And I said, it points to something. It makes me believe it's an inside job.
Yep.
I got fact checked for that. And the fact check said that the FBI has not made a determination. And so therefore the FBI hasn't made a determination. Then therefore what I said was false. Let me say that one more time. The FBI hasn't said it's false, not false or anything. But because the FBI hadn't said anything, ergo my comment was false and we got a strike. So Facebook, unfortunately, what we can't do for the next 44 days is we cannot allow them to shut down the Facebook and the Instagram pages in the next 44 days, where we need to get as much of the truth out in the way that they won't fact check it as possible. So unfortunately, Facebook, we have made the decision that for this show, so we can talk about what we need to talk about, we are not going to broadcast on Facebook, because we are one strike away from them shutting the page down. And we believe if they shut it down November 6th, then okay. But until then, we believe it too important to be able to get the truth out as best we can within their rules of what they deem to be true to be there. So we are literally fixing to cut the feed off of Facebook right now. So we encourage everybody that's watching on Facebook to please come see us on Rumble, come see us on YouTube, because believe it or not, YouTube isn't fact checking us, which is the craziest thing.
Yay!
YouTube, X, or Rumble. We please, everybody that's on Facebook, please come check us out on YouTube, X, or Rumble. We do love you guys, but these next 44 days are too important. And because this show is the way it is, where we just talk and everything like that, they ding us for just having talks and conversations and asking questions.
That is ridiculous.
And we can't allow them to beat us in that way. So we're going to preserve the Facebook page as best we can. So if it angers you, I don't care. Come to Rumble, X, or YouTube. Well, I mean, literally, you can continue the show right there. But again, this election is too important, and we can't let them take away 4 million followers away from us to speak the truth to in a way that they can't fact check it. So that's our little announcement right there. We're getting ready to get into the show, but Facebook, literally, we're fixing to end it in about 10 seconds. Please go check us out on YouTube, X, or Rumble right now. Royce, go ahead and do it. See you guys later on Facebook.
Dude, how long ago was it that Facebook released that letter, that Zuckerberg released that letter that said that, sorry, we were interfering with
and they
Whatever.
don't do, and now that, are we off of Facebook?
Yeah,
Are we
Facebook
off?
should be off and just
now
confirming.
that they don't do teetotal crap on Facebook, a bunch of Nazi commie sorry pieces of human garbage. I swear, dude.
Wait, we're still live. Just kidding.
Like, dude, do you know how ridiculous it is to fact check something is fake or false, and then you say the reason for your fact check is because the FBI has issued no stance whatsoever, so just automatically it's false? Do you understand how crazy that is? Anyway, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get into something very big and very breaking here. We have been warning you, and we've been warning you. If you guys know that they're going to try to interfere with our election, comment yes or no in the chat right now. And we've been saying that it's the bird flu. We've been saying it's the bird flu. It's going to be the bird flu. It's going to be the bird flu. And I believe I said, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, it was a couple months ago when this stuff started coming out. I said, wait until they have the first human give the bird flu to another human, and they're going to run with it. Well, check this out. From I believe CDC confirms first case of human-to-human transmission of the bird flu, also known as the H5N1, in Missouri. The CDC has officially confirmed it via NBC News. This is the moment, ladies and gentlemen. This was what they're waiting for. The CDC has now confirmed that bird flu can be passed from human to human, or at least that's what they're claiming, because don't forget, it's a new strain, and that's what they do all the time. If you're not going to comply, comment "will not comply" in the comment section right now and let us know what you feel. But
is this the October surprise? Are we all going to get hit with bird flu?
I think this is how they're going to try to try to get people to mail in ballots on here. But either way, okay, you guys can fight back against this because everybody's like, we're not going to comply. We're not going to do this. Well, what happens when they're not going to give you your medicine again? Remember when that happened? I remember that. You couldn't get ivermectin, couldn't get hydroxychloroquine because those were horse medications. And I literally will never forget. I will never forget going to the doctor's office, and there's a freaking sign on the door that says, if you're sick, do not come in here. At the doctor, that's the world we live in.
Really quick question. Do I need to shut down Instagram too, I'm guessing?
Sure, go ahead. Shut it down. Why not? Yep, bye, Instagram. Come to the other pages. But ladies and gentlemen,
die quietly in the parking lot.
You can only not comply by being prepared. And so that's why we're begging you to check out our friends at the Wellness Company. You can click the link if you're on Rumble. It's the pinned message right there. But also, you can go to their website. I think we've got a slideshow or something for them here. Don't we have B-roll for this? Yeah, I know, but don't we have B-roll for this?
Yeah, you're supposed to read with the
I know. Well, play the B-roll. I'm ready. Let's do this thing. All right. Parents, we've all been there. 1 minute your kiddo is bouncing off the wall, and an hour later they are sick. You feel helpless, not to mention it can turn your plans upside down. Don't worry, my friends at the Wellness Company have come up with a solution. You no longer have to rely on the medical gatekeeper process or bother your pediatrician. Now you can have 6 critical medications at your fingertips for issues like COVID, bird flu, strep throat, ear infections with the Kids Emergency Kit. This kit makes being a parent a little bit easier, and it makes an EpiPen for those critical moments when your child's life could depend on it. Ordering the kit is as simple as it gets, just a few clicks, and it's delivered to your door. You need to go get this kit for you, your family right now. You also need to get the contagion kit, the medical emergency kit, the first aid kit, and the list goes on and on. This isn't just a purchase. This is a peace of mind. Go to twc.health/Graham. That's twc.health/Graham. Promo code Graham's going to save you $30 plus free shipping. Or you can simply click the link in the description, or if you're on Rumble, the pinned comment right at the top. Ladies and gentlemen, we just showed you the CDC has confirmed that the first human-to-human transmission of the bird flu is here. This is how they're going to do it. They're going to go after our food supply. They're going to lock us down before the elections. You can't not comply unless you are prepared. Please go get your kits right now at twc.health/Graham. Promo code Graham's going to save you money, or click the link in the description. All right, let's get going with the show because we got a lot of stuff to talk about. All right, first of all, we're starting to see a lot of musicians coming out saying a lot of things. None more than the washed-up has-been rapper Macklemore, who at a concert in Seattle screamed "F America" to cheers at the Seattle concert. So not only is he saying F America, the people of Seattle are in agreement that, yeah, forget America. It's terrible. Why? Yeah, somebody just said he's still around. Unfortunately.
I didn't even know who the dude was.
He's the dude who sings that song Thrift Shop.
Is he American? Like, is he not from America? Do we know?
I don't care. I don't
Does he have an accent? I've never heard him.
I've never heard him talk. Either way, but one thing, the next one is, I believe is Haley Williams from Paramore.
Yeah, this sucks.
Now, Paramore, this one's a little bit worse. Haley Williams has been going off the reservoir for a while, but here she is talking about Donald Trump Project 2025. Play the clip.
Project 2025 is Donald Trump's playbook for controlling and punishing women, poor people, people of color, and the LGBTQ plus community. It is time for all Americans to band together and to finally defeat the Trump agenda. And the only way to do that is by confronting him at the polls.
the polls.
Dictatorship will show up in votes.
All right, pause. Can we go back? Well, first of all, every single bit of that was wrong. But
reading
no. All the way back where she starts talking. Okay, pause right there. So is she reading from a
Reading
card right
yeah, this
there?
is a paid sponsorship.
No. I'm serious because is she reading from a card right there?
Yes.
Yeah, just like you did a few minutes ago. She got a script.
Okay, but okay, so that's my question. Did she put somebody there to read this, or did she see somebody with this card written down and was like, "Oh, I'm just going to read that"?
So who is this? I'm sorry, I didn't.
She's the lead singer for a group called Paramore.
Paramore.
Either
I
way,
got nothing.
was
They
a
were pretty
decent,
good a few
was a
years ago.
decent band. She's ruining it. Brainless, boneheaded celebrities are going to keep coming out against Donald Trump. And I'll-
Green Day is like doubling down. Have you seen
Oh,
that?
yeah, they are.
Oh yeah. They said F Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
It was a sign.
The whole Macklemore thing, he's in Seattle, and everybody has to remember in Seattle, they defunded the police department over there, and people were blocking the I-5 corridor to get into Seattle. As I remember, because I had people, when I lived in Oregon, people would come back, and they would be like, Seattle is a freaking disaster zone. Like, they weren't enforcing any of their laws. They weren't protecting any of their citizens. They were burning down businesses. I mean, Seattle was just it was horrible.
Well, my
And-
question is, didn't Lucifer make misinformation a felony? Like, when does that start?
Well, it's gonna go to like the courts. But here's the thing. People don't realize how serious that is with Gavin Newsom, because if by some chance it stays in the courts and it's upheld, California can go after me. They can go after you. They can go after any of us, because if we make content that is spread in the state of California, that gives them jurisdiction
Really?
to come after us.
Yeah.
Like
Well, in
people,
that case, because the internet exists, there's no such thing as jurisdiction because everything is everywhere.
But people read that and they're like, "Oh, that's in California. I don't live in California. What does it matter?" It don't matter if you don't live in California. If your content is distributed amongst Californians, then California technically can go after you and sue you. How do you think they're going after Elon Musk? Elon Musk don't live in California no more.
Well, X, his company they're moving out of, but was in San Francisco.
It was, but I'm just saying, like, there are no state jurisdictions for the internet. That's all I'm saying. So if California's law is upheld, they can go after everybody, anywhere, anytime.
Good. I'm gonna
this is-
tag every judge in California every time one of them says Project 2025.
And this is the epitome of going after the First Amendment, dude. It's just,
Well, it is what's going to happen. And ladies and gentlemen, like some people may say, "Oh, Graham, you wussed out with Facebook, like not streaming to Facebook." No. I didn't wuss out. The point is to win. Okay, there's 3+ million people on the Facebook page. Like the next 44 days, we got to get the info out. I don't view that wussing out. I view that being strategic, in my opinion. You can call it whatever you want. But the reason why we have to be strategic is because this is laying the foundation for other things we're going to show you in this episode today. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to be honest when I say, if Kamala Harris wins, I don't think we have a show anymore. I don't think Benny Johnson. I don't think Charlie Kirk. I don't think Dan Bongino. I don't think any of us have anything anymore, and it will not take long before they shut every single one of us down.
Steven Crowder is already like on the brink of being shut down completely, right?
Well, right, but
Pretty
they're
close.
going to fact check us to death. They're going to bankrupt us. Facebook is going to cut off our monetizations for no reason. Just the other day, we showed you guys. I had no violations of any kind, but yet for some reason we couldn't go live via my Facebook page. So the reason we were able to do it is we literally had to get Royce attached to the page to where we could go live through his page into my own page. Like we had to do a roundabout to get in there. I don't think you guys realize that if Kamala Harris wins, it's the death to the First Amendment. I truly believe that. I didn't believe that with Joe Biden, because Joe Biden at the end of the day was a dementia puppet that just did what he needed to do. Kamala Harris is a communist. that
Period.
will absolutely do it. And we are in dangerous,
Yeah.
dangerous territory
It's a
here
death to
with
a
that
lot of
woman.
things, man. Just think about what they've been talking about for like the past 4 years. Packing the Supreme Court, getting rid of the Electoral College. I mean, that can all happen if she's elected.
And a lot of people on Rumble especially are like, that's why we're on Rumble. You don't think she can screw around with Rumble?
Mm-hmm.
You really don't think so. What about X? Ever since Elon Musk has come out in support for Donald Trump, everybody's coming after Elon Musk. He even made a statement. Can you go to his Twitter account really quick? I want to show people something really quick. Go to Elon Musk's Twitter account and bring it up, and I want to show people something really quick. This wasn't part of the show, but this is stuff I want you guys to see. This is how real things are getting. Let's see if he still has it up. Let me know when you're there.
I have his account.
All right. So let's scroll down a little bit. Keep going. It was something about somebody was thanking him for what he did by purchasing. Keep going. Up. Did we just skip it? What is that? Nope. Keep going. Dadgummit, where's it at? Somebody was thanking him for buying X, and he said something like, it's been very difficult to be able to do it. He tweeted a lot yesterday. All right, keep going. They want this. You may have to look for it and then let me know when you find it. Anyway, okay. Royce is going to look for it. Somebody thanked Elon Musk for purchasing Twitter, and he said, thanks. It's been very difficult to do it because Elon Musk is now under attack from all angles because he's come out in support of Donald Trump. And for what reason? For defending the First Amendment. That's why people are going after him. If Kamala Harris wins, Elon Musk is in trouble. Chris and everybody at Rumble's in trouble. This is a big deal. And I'm fearful of that. One, I'm fearful for the country, but I'm also fearful that the dissenting voices go away if we lose this time around. Because
we live in such a double standard media. I mean, how come they don't go after Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert? Is it Stephen Colbert? Anyways, all those liberal talk show hosts. Why aren't they getting fact checked? Why are they not in any social platform saying no? What you're saying is absolutely garbage.
Because you control the media, you control the narrative, and you have all the cards, and you can make all the rules. It's that simple.
I'm gonna find this because it's gonna.
That's just the way it works, man.
Sometimes I see things and I'm like, I need to save that, and then I don't, and then I bring it up on the show, and then we can't find it, and I look like a dummy here.
It's all right. You're going off a 3-hour sleep, Graham. We'll give you a pass on this.
I know I didn't dream and make it up. Either way, the point of the matter is it's a big deal, and that's why I believe it to be a big deal because I think a lot of people are like, oh well, if Kamala Harris loses, then it's let's circle the wagons and we'll do all this other stuff. I don't think there's going to be any wagons left if she wins. Also, I think that your dollar is going to take a major hit if Kamala Harris wins as well. We already know that the economy is trash. You cannot believe these lower gas prices right now. The Fed is cutting the rate a month and a half before the election for a reason. They want Kamala Harris to get some bumps in the economy category to try to make this election a little bit better for her. You cannot fall for these lies and these tactics. You cannot fall for any of that. You also know that the BRICS is going to be announcing in October a counter to the American dollar on the world stage, which is why we need you, Royce, to check out our friends at Birch Gold, because the only way to be prepared is to be prepared. The only way to not let the government affect your money is to do what you need to do to protect your money against these turbulent times. That's why we ask you to text the word Graham. That's GRAHAM to 989898 right now. They're going to call you because they don't know where to send you a free 25-page information kit unless they call you. They're going to find out your needs. They're going to find out how they can help, and they're going to tell you how gold, silver, and precious metals can help protect your money against these uncertain times. Please text the word Graham, that's GRAHAM, to 989898 right now. All right, I'll find the Elon thing, even if I got to tomorrow. Be like, ha-ha, I knew I wasn't crazy. But we got to talk about P. Diddy. We got to talk about this stuff.
The diddler.
All right, the diddler is officially on suicide watch. Nick Sorda says, breaking, Sean Diddy Combs has been placed on suicide watch per People magazine. This comes just as Diddy's bail was denied for a second time. Coincidentally, Jeffrey Epstein, who was in custody of the same jailers who are currently holding Diddy, committed at the time that Jeffrey Epsteined himself, just days after being placed on suicide watch. I find it harder and harder to believe Diddy will make it to trial with each passing day. Do you believe that P. Diddy is going to live longer than the next 2 weeks? Comment yes or no in the chat. I'm beginning to think that the answer is a resounding no. There is no way that P. Diddy, maybe that's why Usher finally turned his account back on. He got word that maybe something was about to go down. I don't know. Weird stuff is going on here.
Well, I've been seeing conflicting reports that he's not actually on suicide watch, or he's not suicidal. They're just saying that to set him up, to Epstein him, that he's released, or he's told his lawyer that I'm not suicidal at all.
Oh, I'm not saying that he's actually suicidal. I'm saying he's on suicide watch at the prison of where they had Jeffrey Epstein. You know, where the cameras don't work? Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, there is zero chance that they're going to let this guy talk. Zero. 0.00000 chance. Todd, what do you think?
I think they gave him an ultimatum. Like, hey, look, bro, you either use your bed sheets, your shoelaces, or we're going to put you in gin pop, and it's going to be a horrible way. Like one or
either
the
that
other.
or go after his family.
Yeah. I said that last week. I'm telling you, I don't think somebody's actually going to do it. I think they're giving him the ultimatum.
Royce, they want to see the video. Everybody's saying they can't see the video. It's just video of them arresting.
Time lapse. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the time lapse of them arresting them and things like. See, they're walking back. Yeah, I mean,
It's fast motion.
it's not inside the jail. This was just a video they posted with the announcement. I think that there's a lot of people. There's also rumors that Jennifer Lopez, her entire media and legal counsel have been having meetings. Now, those are rumors. All right, I don't know for sure, but let's not forget that she was with Puff Daddy for a long, long time.
Yeah, they were dating for 2 years, I think.
Yeah, and so there's a lot of stuff going on here. What's the New York Post article? What is this one?
This just kind of goes over the.
All right, here we go. So, placed on suicide watch at New York Cell Jail as he awaits trial on alleged sex crime. Go down. How long until these trials are going to happen? Does anybody see?
5-6 years from now.
Official rule: the 54-year-old is shocked and his mental state is unclear. The outlet reported. Okay, let's go down a little bit. Let's see. Inmates are placed on suicide watch as part of a supervisory precautions taken for suicidal inmates that require frequent observation. It was not revealed how long Combs has been or will remain under suicide watch until he's dead. He'll be there as long as it takes for him to be Epsteined.
I don't know, man. I read something that said that he has over $350 million of fluid money. Not money that he's got invested anywhere, but he's got offshore accounts and cash stashed all over the place. I find it hard to believe that he wouldn't protect himself if he knew he was videotaping all these powerful people.
Well, the same thing could be said about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, but Epstein didn't know. I believe that Epstein didn't know that his powerful friends were going to come get him. I think he thought that his friends were going to protect him. P. Diddy saw what happened to Epstein, and man, I would have been like as soon as Epstein got Epstein, I would have started protecting myself and started, all right, I'm going to.
Well, they're both in the same boat. Like Epstein had videos of people doing things they shouldn't be doing. Diddy had cameras in all the bedrooms and stuff like that. And I'd say the one person other than Diddy himself, like going away, I'm kind of worried for poor little Bieber, man, because he knows everything. Like that kid, he saw.
Well, that's going to be a fine line for Justin Bieber. I think at this point, it's just it's not even like hearsay to be like Justin Bieber was obviously sexually abused as a kid. Obviously, I mean, I don't think anyone can argue that at this point. And we'll get to that a little further down the thing. But it's going to be interesting to see Bieber as a child, 100%, like, what do you want the child to do? But Bieber is now an adult. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at what point are you also held accountable to a way like, hey, if you knew all this crap was going on, why didn't you say anything? And then he's going to have to prove, well, Diddy threatened my life and my wife and all this other kind of, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to have to show that and prove that he didn't say anything because his life was in danger. You know what I mean? Like,
him and Usher both. Like, at this point, they're both grown adults, and to 100% agree with you, either you're not a witness at this point, you're an accomplice. Like, if you didn't say anything and you knew, sorry, I have no.
Yeah, but that's half the famous people out there. I mean,
that's
we're talking
my
about
point.
J-Lo, Jay-Z, Oprah, Obama's.
Yeah.
They were all
well, and we're going
at
to
his
talk
parties.
about that weird stuff that's going on with famous people having problems with their accounts all of a sudden, like all these accounts deleting. But let's get into what they say is leading to this thing with Diddy being on suicide watch. Apparently, he can't talk to his children. I guess is like a major thing that he's upset about. Sean Diddy Combs whines about not being able to talk to his kids while locked up on sex trafficking charges. So, do we have a statement from anybody in this? Let's look for quotations. I want to see if we've got a statement from anybody here. Combs' family distraught. Sean Diddy Combs has been complaining about his inability to talk to his 7 children as he remains behind bars. Yeah. Combs' family, distraught over the sickening allegations against the rapper, has been supporting each other and turning to God for guidance since his arrest in New York City. All right, let's go down. Do we have a quote from anyone? A quote from anyone at all in this thing here? I don't see a quote yet. Nope, still nothing. Do we have a quote from a lawyer, from a family member, anyone? Quote from anyone of any kind? No. Bunch of just hearsay type
Just
stuff.
Diddy.
All right. So, Todd, get to your point about the talking to the kids, and then I got a counterpoint on this.
Well, I mean, you got to remember, you go all the way back to like 2004, man, when Cat Williams did that stand-up special, and he was talking about, man, going to a Diddy party. He's like, but there's also a party within a party. And he's like, I was invited and got to go to the party within the party. He said, and you're walking around, and you stop, and you look, and you're like, what is going on? Is that a dude kissing another dude? Like what? And then the interview with Shannon Sharp and stuff like that. But now at this point, every celebrity that knows about this, you're an accomplice. Then they should be sitting in cells right next to him.
Well, yes. So really quick, I have two things. Him being on suicide watch, I have a feeling that Diddy Combs is the type of person to be on like antidepressants, things like that. And I imagine if you go to prison and you're off those things, you're automatically put on something like suicide watch, right? I think that makes sense. No, Todd?
No, it don't work like that.
It doesn't?
Yeah, I don't think they
don't work like that.
They have to give you your medication.
They have to give you your meds.
Okay, well, I think something related to that might be a reason why someone like him is put on suicide watch.
I think he wants to talk to his kid. Go ahead.
But to Tony's point about him trying to protect himself, I think the reason why nobody is saying anything is because he did protect himself. Not himself though, but the real truth coming out by paying them off or threatening them. That's, I think, why we've not heard or seen anything about Epstein as well. Obviously, none of it's been released, but nobody said anything because all of their careers would be over, right? That's enough to hold over your head.
And
right?
that was my point.
Video.
That was my
and they're
point.
not
I
letting
think
him
if
talk.
anything happens to him, he's gonna all of a sudden, in the event of my untimely death, here comes all the information out. So
Yeah,
that's why I
and
think
that's
he's still
probably
alive.
why they're not letting him talk to his kids, because he's probably got some stuff stationed around at different locations.
He wants to. There you go. He wants to talk to his kids because he needs to give them instructions on
exactly.
some things.
Hey, locker number 11 at so and so train
I'm
station.
going to defend Todd here for a second. Somebody said, Todd, you can't say a victim is just as bad as the abuser. That's crazy.
That's not what
I agree with you, unless the victim is Justin Bieber and that victim becomes an adult and that victim becomes one of the most powerful people in the music industry with a huge platform, more money than anyone could possibly imagine, all of the above. At that point, And he's had multiple interactions with P. Diddy since.
Yep.
All these allegations have come out. Everything. The dude's now arrested, and Justin Bieber still ain't talking. So, yeah, no, I think there does come a point where I'm not saying that the abused is just as bad as the abuser, but I am saying that an abused person can eventually become an enabler for the abuser to keep doing what they're doing.
And not to mention, like, if he does know all the inner workings of all this stuff talking about Bieber that's going on, you blow the lid off of this thing to stop it, because who's going to be the next Justin Bieber and the next Usher and things like that? You blow the lid off of it and tell it all so this stuff stops. Like,
I think he's being threatened or something.
Well, and again, everybody knows that Justin Bieber was sexually assaulted as a kid. Everybody knows that. Like I almost feel like that's a given. I think Justin Bieber knows that too. So to the other point, is the reason Justin, and this is just speculation, is the other reason Justin Bieber's not talking is because maybe he started participating later on as he got older. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on there. But let's get into some good stuff here, because we got a lot more to talk about this stuff. But I want to talk to you about my good friends at Angel Studios. We're super honored to partner with Angel Studios. They are really doing some amazing things. And one of the amazing things they're doing is creating actual faith perspective and or just good movies that have a meaning, have a message, that have a point and a purpose. And one of those is Sound of Hope. Sound of Hope is an amazing story about adoption. It's beautiful in every way. But the main reason I want to talk to you guys today is I want to talk to you guys about joining the Angel Guild, which is a paid membership that gives access to exclusive content and the power to vote on future Angel Studios projects. By joining the guild, not only will the viewer get to see the particular film in question, whatever that is, new releases, all the above, being in the guild, members also have the ability to vote on the projects to determine what Angel Studios will bring to the world. Angel Studios doesn't produce or distribute any title unless it passes the guild vote. That's something that a lot of guild members love having the power to do. They're determining what projects will amplify light to the world. So I'm encouraging you guys to please join the guild right now. We have a link right here that should pop up. There you go. You can go to angel.com/Graham Hope. So not only can you see amazing things like the Sound of Hope, join the guild and be a part. One, you get exclusive access. You get free tickets when the movies come out in the theaters. But the biggest thing is you get to vote on the different movie ideas that are being pitched out there to Angel Studios on what you want them to actually make. It's almost like they're giving people back the power, which is really cool. So go check out angel.com/Graham Hope. All right. Let's keep going. All right. Let's talk about this stuff, the social media accounts. Okay, so as it stands right now, Megan Fox's IG account is still gone. Todd, can you check real quick while we're talking? But I checked before the show.
Same.
Megan Fox's Instagram account was gone. It was ninja vanished. It was out. The pink one is it still gone? Hey, you guys in the chat, go check on Instagram right now. Is Megan Fox's IG account still white? Let us know yes or no in the chat right now. The pink one is a little interesting because that one looks more like she just tried Twitter out in 2013 and didn't do anything since then. But the Usher one is interesting. Over the weekend, Usher's account was wiped. All 7,000+ tweets that he had made, and everybody was like, what in the world is going on? And then yesterday, Usher said, dang. Can you go to Usher's account on Twitter? Because I want to make sure that I'm reading it right. A lot of people are saying it's still wiped on Instagram for everybody. So the Megan Fox thing is weird. But let's go to Usher's Twitter page real quick because I just want to make sure that I read it correctly. His statement yesterday should be here right now. Let's go down. Account got hacked and dang, y'all ran with it. See you
Whatever.
tonight at Intuit Dome. Okay, so here's my thing. It took a day or two for him to get his account back, if that's true. All right, my question is, what tweets got deleted during the time that his page got hacked? And how many times has it been that all of these super famous people all of a sudden have all these problems with their social media accounts all at one time? Coincidentally, around the same time that everybody finds out that P. Diddy is on suicide watch. Do you believe that Usher's account got hacked? Or yes or no? Comment yes or no.
Heck no.
Or do you believe that his page got took down long enough so they could delete some tweets?
That's a fact.
Yes or no?
Question. We've said it before on the show. Once it's on the internet, it's out there forever. So just because it's wiped, does that mean it's actually wiped, or does some forensic?
Oh, they
person
could go
have to
get
in there
it.
and find
They
it?
can go get it. They can find it. The FBI, all those 3-letter secret squirrel organizations.
They can find it.
Nothing's gone forever. No, sorry. Nothing's gone forever.
I think that there are a lot of famous people that are really worried right now. That's what I think. Let's see. Let's go again. Let's go to the Justin Bieber footage again. And the reason you have to look at it is, I think all this stuff lives and dies by Justin Bieber at this point.
You think so?
Because if you look at this little clip here, and it's
Yeah,
disturbing
dude,
to
it
watch. Let's just play it first, and then we'll talk about it. It's a minute and 19 seconds. Watch this.
That's Pink, right?
Yeah, that's Pink
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, she tried to grab his butt right there.
Wow! I feel violated right now.
Now you
who
shouldn't feel
apparently
your
wanted to
worth.
know what a beaver
There's
butt
Katy
felt
Perry.
like.
There's James Corden sniffing him.
Thank you. How old are you? I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks. Ever remember smelling that good?
Do you ever remember smelling that good? Well, look at your eyes. Ellen.
Well, good. My parents never gave me the sex talk. Okay. So why don't you give me the sex talk? I feel uncomfortable right now. Oh. Why do you want to know the sex talk from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird.
You like French girl?
Oh yeah. Some really weird questions, and only 15. My mom was right there.
All right, pause. So a lot of this is hard to hear, but a lot of it's people asking him really weird questions, like give us a sex talk and stuff like this, and you hear him say, "Wow, that's a really weird question," and I didn't realize there were this many captured moments of like Justin Bieber like going, "Whoa, why would you ask me something like that?" Like that's really, really weird. I also think that Justin Bieber's parents need to be investigated.
They should be put in prison, period. Not investigated.
There's a clip of. Go ahead. Sorry, Todd. You still?
No, you're good, man. Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, where's your dad, man? Like, because if my son's on a radio talk show and they're like, "Give me the sex talk," the next thing you're gonna hear
coming off the top rope.
Yeah, dude. The next thing you're gonna hear is a freaking host getting choked out in the middle of a what are you, man? God,
there's a clip of Bieber with P. Diddy, and P. Diddy's giving him a jacket that says you're part of the bad boy club now. But you can see in that video that Bieber's like intoxicated or drugged up or something, and he doesn't know what's going on.
Well, and there's another one. We've all seen the one where he's like, "I got him for 48 hours. We're gonna go buck wild, crazy, and all this stuff."
That one, yep.
But then there's another one after Bieber took off, and he's like 20 at this point, and it's this exchange between him and P. Diddy, where P. Diddy's like, "Well, now you're selling out arenas and stuff, and how come you don't call me anymore? How come we don't hang out like we used to?" And you can see Justin Bieber just like super uncomfortable about the whole thing, and he's like, "Well, the phone it works both ways, kind of stuff." And it just, I don't know, man. I think this stuff lives and dies by Justin Bieber. I really think if Justin Bieber wasn't an abused that became an abuser, and that's why he's not talking, or he was an abused that is just terrified to speak out, I think he has an obligation to. If he was just an abused and he's afraid to speak out, I think you got to man up, dude, and you got to speak out because, you are probably the definitive piece in this thing. And I think that there's a lot of people. I mean, but again, what do I know? I mean, legitimately, you're talking about Justin Bieber could potentially bring down some of the most powerful, most influential people in the country. Oh, here you go. Yeah. Play it. Good job, Royce.
Man, you good?
I'm good. How are you?
Young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Yeah. Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 55.
Man, you good?
So, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah.
Young brother?
And so again, at the time, I think a lot of people thought that they were just making like a funny little skit. But when I listen back to it now, that seems like a real I don't really know what to say here, Justin Bieber kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I mean? And he was still incredibly
right
young.
There, dude. That's a scared child voice right there. Well, you tried to get up with me, but let me I never gave you my number.
Yeah.
That's child for go away, weirdo.
And I hope this didn't happen, but obviously, all the clips that we've seen, it does look as though,
dude, it absolutely happened.
Bieber as a child was abused.
1,000,000% it happened. There is no reality where a grown man takes in at the time a 14, 15-year-old boy, and it's like, he's mine for the next 48 hours, and we're going to go buck wild crazy.
Yeah.
There's no world, there's no plausible script, narrative in any way where something bad did not happen to Justin Bieber. And unfortunately, it probably happened on a repeated basis. And the same thing happened to Usher. Mm-hmm. There was literally an interview with Usher talking about the parties. He was like, I was exposed to a lot of things and I couldn't even process what was going on. Yep. As a child, literally as a kid, he said, you'd open a door and somebody'd be in there having sex. And you open another door and there's an orgy going on in there. That's child abuse. Mm-hmm. And that's the craziest part of me. And this is how you know that P. Diddy has been protected by the evil satanic elites for a long time. Because Usher's literally admitting to a felony by Combs right there. Child abuse by Combs right there. Mm-hmm. He's admitting to it on live TV and everybody's just like, oh, P. Diddy parties are crazy.
Yep. It's just what happens around P. Diddy.
Dude, like at what point, I think you're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of people involved in this.
Well, all I can hope for is now Bieber is now married. He's got a kid, hopefully now as a father, who's about to have a child grow up in the same world that he had to grow up in. I'm not going to say anything happened physically to Bieber, but he definitely witnessed
Zero
it.
chance.
He
Absolutely
witnessed it. There was no doubt about it.
Zero chance.
Did y'all read that part of some of P. Diddy's kids were also involved in it?
Oh yeah,
they helped set all that up, like his sons did.
Well, again, but that's kind of like cult stuff. Like if you're brought up your entire life from age 0 to however old his kids are now. Mm-hmm. You're going to do the same thing. Right.
Did you see the video? Because Bieber married Stephen Baldwin's daughter. Did you see his video? The video that Stephen Baldwin just put out.
Yeah,
man, very cryptic. Cryptic.
I'm telling you, I don't know, man. Anyway, all right, we got to move on. All right, Kamala Harris decides to finally do an interview with Oprah. So here's another thing that's interesting to me, and I don't know if we can find it. Let's just, while I talk, see if you can find Oprah saying, "I've done my part." for Kamala Harris. Let's just see if we can find
the
it.
DNC?
After the DNC, they asked Oprah Winfrey, are you going to do anything else to help Kamala Harris out? And she says, I've done my part, or I've done all I'm going to do, or something like that. If we can find it in the next little bit, let me know, Royce. But now all of a sudden, she's doing a sit-down talk with Kamala Harris, which is very interesting because you went from, I've done my part, to now all of a sudden it's you're helping Kamala Harris out. It makes me wonder if Oprah is perhaps trying to get in favor of who she thinks might become the next president over this P. Diddy stuff.
She needs a pardon.
She needs a pardon.
She needs a pardon.
She needs protection. She needs she needs a lot. You have
hey,
Chrissy.
hold up now. Kamala did. She went after sex traffickers according to her bio. So, whatever.
Yeah. All right. If you can't find it, Royce, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
All right. Either way, I know it happened. I saw it. If you guys saw that clip, comment yes or no. Why all of a sudden would Oprah be sitting down doing all this stuff? I think they're all concerned about this. Think about this. All of a sudden, Jennifer Lopez and all these other people come out and support Kamala
Julia
Harris.
Roberts,
all of a sudden,
Chris Rock.
All these people were connected to Diddy. Every single one of them. Leonardo DiCaprio come out here in a minute and say he supports Kamala Harris. I'm telling you, every single one of these people were connected to Diddy in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I bet you see a lot more endorsements from celebrities and things like that because they're going to do everything they can to get Kamala Harris elected so old P. Diddy don't start squealing across the board. But anyway, this is Kamala on Oprah, and it goes about as you would expect it to go. Let's just what was the question on this one? Do we know what the question was? Or
Please don't be the gun one.
No. It's that one next. But she was just asked about like the future of America and stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's play it.
Well, I was a middle class.
We are an optimistic people. We are an optimistic people. Americans, by character, are people who have dreams and ambitions and aspirations. We believe in what is possible. We believe in what can be. And we believe in fighting for that. That's how we came into being. Because the people before us understood that one of the greatest expressions for the love of our country, one of the greatest expressions of patriotism is to fight for the ideals of who we are. We are an optimistic people.
Kamala, the question was, what is a woman?
Yeah, what is a woman? First of all, look at this freeze frame of her right there. It was like, ooh, did you see that? One of the greatest poets of our time. Grinch. All right, let's keep it going. If you feel inspired, just comment yes or no in the chat right now.
I feel something, but it ain't.
All right, this is Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris has done a complete 180 on guns here lately, which is interesting to me that her campaign is like, hey, you gotta flip the script on this gun thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting to me that this is what they've completely just like on. But either way, this is her on guns. Let's play it.
I'm a gun owner. Tim Walz is a gun.
I did not know that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting shot.
Yes. I hear that.
Probably should not have said that.
If somebody breaks in my house, they're getting
but
shot.
my staff will deal with that later.
All right, but this is interesting to me because don't we have a clip? Did we find that old clip, Royce, of her about the mandatory buybacks?
Yeah, I think it's. Is it this clip?
I don't know.
Please tell me you got the video of the staffer that said she is not a gun owner.
Just type in mandatory buybacks. It'll probably pop up.
Oh
Anyway, we've got one from her 2020 run, that viral clip of her talking about that she supports mandatory buybacks. And it's interesting how all of a sudden now, and the fact she says she's a gun owner in California, which we all know is super difficult to get a gun in California.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's that clip where she says also that just because you're a legal gun owner
Royce.
doesn't mean that we can't come in your house and check and see if your guns are put away properly.
Right, correct. But here's her clip back in 2020 when she was running. I believe it was 2020, but play it.
Really what would you do about the millions of specifically assault weapons that are already in circulation? What do you do about those?
Well, there are approximately 5 million, to your point, Craig. We have to have a buyback program, and I support a mandatory buyback program. It's got to be smart. We got to do it the right way.
Boom! Boom! Yeah, a mandatory buyback. Just in case you...
Boom. But there's 100 videos out there. There's one video that said she would take executive action. This is nothing new, and these stupid people are still voting for her.
I know, but that's the point, man. We got to keep fighting the fight. We got to keep showing. And this is why we remind you to hit the like button, hit the share button on this video, because we have to keep showing these people that are so easily deceived that what she is saying is not true.
No.
For those of you who don't know what a mandatory buyback is, it's like a mandatory fun day in the Army. Guess what that means? That means you're going to go do it whether you want to or not. A mandatory gun buyback program is exactly how it sounds. They're going to buy back your gun for like $1, and it's going to be mandatory that you give it back. That is what it is.
I'm going to go out on the limb right now and say if that does pass into law because she's elected, I could almost guarantee that most patriotic Americans are going to say, nope, you're not buying my gun back.
Taking a gun a video game to GameStop and they'll give you like 50 cents for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's that saying, you bought it for 45. I want to sell my gun or game. I keep saying gun. Yeah, here's 50 cents. Like that's the highest we can go.
It's the exact same thing. Well, no, theirs is going to be it's mandatory buyback. The buyback is you buy back your ability not to go to jail by not giving us the gun.
They just give you a get out of jail free card.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, this is Kamala Harris on the cost of living. Let's play this clip. It's truly inspiring. First of all, look at this beta male up at the top. Let's just play it.
We really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Oh, here it comes.
Yeah. First of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries.
We really would love to know what
If that is not the Ricky Bobbiest interview I've ever seen.
First of all,
Todd, can I ask what you were doing?
That's Ricky Bobby. I feel like I was on a spaceship.
All right, hold on. But on a serious note, okay, not only was that the most incoherent thing that I've ever heard. To quote Billy Madison, everyone is now dumber for having listened to it. But here's the thing. They're asking her a question. How can you fix the economy? Because the economy's not good. It's bad. And nobody's pointing to the fact you've been the vice president for the past 3.5 freaking years. It's your economy. How in the world, Jesus, send a comment right now. I can't take it anymore. This chick is responsible for the economy. It's her economy. It's the Biden-Harris administration.
Royce, do you have the Julia Roberts little speak clip from that interview? Because that'll send Graham into an orbit.
I don't need an orbit. I don't.
All right, so I'll explain it to you. She's like, I travel internationally all the time, and I want to hear, oh, you're an American. I'm so tired of hearing, oh, you're an American. Hey, how's it going over there? I'm tired of hearing that. Kamala is in office right now. That's why it sucks.
I just want to add this to the end of the video that this will be that, for the fact checkers out there, that was Joe Biden. Joe Biden did that. Kamala Harris wasn't responsible. That was the Biden administration. The Biden administration. The vice president has no say-so. Factcheck.org. There you go. There's your little fact check disclaimer. You sorry, blood-sucking vampire
especially
leeches.
from Harris, who brags about being the deciding vote on the Inflation Reduction Act. So take that, fact checkers.
All right, let's go to here's one thing that we do want to do. We want to call balls and strikes here. This is a viral thing going on about Kamala needing a teleprompter. But let's play it. I want to see the video. Oh, it's only 3 seconds. Okay. They're showing a teleprompter in the audience. I think this is dumb. This is obviously Oprah's teleprompter.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Oprah's going to have a teleprompter. Now, does Kamala have one on the other side? Maybe.
I don't think she does.
Okay,
judging by her responses.
But either way, Oprah, I mean, this is talk show stuff. You know, people have teleprompters. So, you know, I'm not trying to be like, I'm just saying. Like, I don't really understand the outrage over the teleprompter video. But let's keep going. This is what President Trump had to say about this whole debauchery of an ordeal here. Let's zoom this in. All right. A long time ago, Oprah Winfrey asked me to do her last network television show. The final week of her show was a big deal, and it was my honor with my family to do it. When I watched her interview yesterday with a woman who is destroying through her complete and total incompetence America, I couldn't help but think this isn't the real Oprah. This isn't a person that wants millions of people from prisons and mental institutions and terrorists, drug dealers, and human traffickers from all over the world pouring into our country. Kamala looked really foolish, couldn't answer the simplest of questions on inflation, the cost of goods, or our very porous and dangerous border. No leader there, and Oprah just wanted to crawl under a table. She did look very uncomfortable during a lot of that. Comrade Kamala Harris is mentally unfit to be president. She knows it, and so does everyone else. Let us not forget that the infamous clip back from the 1980s was from Oprah when she asked Donald Trump, do you think that you'd ever run for president? And he says, no, I don't know if I would. Well, you know, if at any point I ever felt it was bad enough and the country was bad enough, then I think I might. And I think I'd win, too. Like that very infamous clip. I believe it was from the Oprah show.
It was.
That happened. And so you see the dynamic shift of Oprah because the satanic puppets at the top of the world order telling her exactly what to do at all times. Anyway. This is a CNN clip on hostile media. Actually, somebody pushing back on the fact that Kamala Harris is doing zero adversarial media of any kind. Let's play this.
It's hard to equate an interview with sort of a more hostile, or not even hostile, but critical member of the press with somebody who was...
When would that be?
You know what the hell I meant, Scott.
I'm just asking you, when is she sat down with any hostile media?
There you go. So they're fighting on CNN.
I love that guy, man.
Like, when in the world is she going to do this? Speaking of the media, and this is where I want you guys to listen to my words and listen to my words quickly and precisely of what I'm going to say. We're going to show you a clip of AOC doing her infamous live feeds where she lets the cat out of the actual bag.
Oh.
But before we play it, I need you to hear me say this. If we lose this election, the very show that you're watching right now will cease to exist. Dan Bongino will cease to exist. Charlie Kirk, bye. Daily Wire will go out of business. The Blaze, out of business. What she says right here is what they will do. And it's one of the scariest things that I've seen yet. So play it.
You know, I do think that several members of Congress in some of my discussions have brought up media literacy because that is a part of what happened here. And
right here,
we're going to have to figure out how we rein in our media environment so that you can't just spew disinformation and misinformation. It's one thing to have differing opinions, but it's another thing entirely to just say things that are false. And so that's something that we're looking into. You know, I do.
We should point out that at the debate, Kamala Harris herself said a million things false about Donald Trump, including the one that they keep going back to where he called service members suckers and losers that Snopes has debunked. So who is she talking to? The woman she's endorsed?
She's going to be the commander-in-chief and has no idea where her people are.
Well, again, this is becoming a trend. And when you start seeing a trend in the media, that's what's really happening. You saw Hillary Clinton come out last week saying that people that spread what they deem to be misinformation. Okay, there's the thing. How do you define what misinformation is? Well, misinformation is spreading lies of what we know to be true. Well, who decides what's true and what's not? Who? You? AOC gets to, the Democrats get to, the government gets to decide what's true and what's not. This is very dangerous territory. If the government gets to decide what's true and what's not, then how long before when you quote John 3:16, all of a sudden you're spreading misinformation?
Mm-hmm.
Because they can't prove that.
That's scary stuff, man. What are we living in Nazi Germany or
yeah,
something?
Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is not speech that you agree with or speech that you can prove to be right or wrong. Like the fact that we have fact checking in America is a direct violation against the First Amendment in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Hitler didn't happen overnight, folks. It took a little while.
This is what's going to happen. I am telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you need to hit that like button, hit that share button, because we are telling you, if Kamala Harris wins, we're all done. Joe Biden, it didn't happen, because that's what people would be like, oh, Graham, you're being overdramatic. Like, it didn't happen when Biden won. It'd be like, Biden's not Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is a communist. I need you to understand she is far more dangerous than Joe Biden could have ever possibly have been. Even cognitive Joe Biden back in the day. Kamala Harris is worse. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, you will have nowhere to go listen to dissenting voices. Nowhere. California, if this law in California is upheld, they'll be able to seek legal recourse against anyone that's spreading what they deem to be misinformation. Who is the deciding factor of what is truth and not truth? The government?
Yep.
Who gets to make that decision? This is the scary part. Not only the disaster that it's going to do to our country if Donald Trump doesn't win, but the fact that there will be no more dissenting voices to try to fight back. This is what they're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. And that's assuming that President Trump makes it to the election, or much less he makes it to Inauguration Day.
Yeah.
Matt Gaetz dropped a bombshell last week, and we're just going to play it. We're just going to play the clip. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, we're just going to play it. Listen to what Matt Gaetz has to say here. This is crazy. Play it.
And I'll break a little news for you. I had a senior official from the Department of Homeland Security in my office before the second assassination attempt saying that what he has assessed is that there are 5 known assassination teams in the United States, 3 inspired by other governments, 2 that are here that are known domestic assassination teams. And with that, this individual was coming to me concerned that the force protection around President Trump, even prior to that second assassination attempt, was not sufficient for what it needed to be. And the coordination at that level, at the dignitary protection level, is like the bare minimum that we have to do to keep our presidents, our presidential candidates safe while they're on the trail.
So there are 5, I just want to follow up, 5 assassination teams. Are they all targeting Trump? Is it other officials?
Yes. No, wow. I should have been clear about that. 5 teams that we know are targeting Trump. And so that raises real questions about why certain teams were being pulled off of the Trump detail and put on, for example, the Jill Biden detail. Now, we don't want anything bad to happen to Jill Biden, but at the same time, the threat envelope for her was substantially different than the threat envelope around President Trump, and it would not have necessitated pulling assets away from the Trump detail for the Jill Biden detail or the John Bolton detail or any other details that were beefed up. At the same time, the requests from the Trump detail and from the Trump campaign for more security were going unanswered.
All right. So now that we're not on meta platforms anymore, when you hear stuff like that, how can you say it was anything but an inside job? If you believe it was an inside job, comment yes or no in the chat right now.
I wonder if there's any more detail of what teams he's talking about, because how many illegal immigrants do we have coming in through the country under their administration?
There's
what's
a
the number,
ton.
like 10
Yeah.
million? What
Well,
there's a
he
ton
said
more
foreign.
detail.
I think they're coming to the realization, these foreign governments that don't really want Trump, that it's going to be harder to elect Kamala than it is to just try and remove Trump.
Yeah.
I think they've pivoted. You know, you saw these, like, didn't Putin, like, endorse Kamala and all this stuff?
Yeah.
I think they have pivoted from trying to get Kamala elected, right? By Putin and doing that, they're, like, ensuring that she doesn't, right? They've pivoted from that to now it's going to be easier if we just take him out once he's in office and then we make our move.
Yeah.
I think that's scary.
All right, let's go to the government working against each other. I want to go to those tweets. Let's skip ahead to that because we're already at like 10, 11 right now. So I want to read this. I thought this was really good. All right. I thought this was really good here. There are two different opposing factions within the U.S. federal government working against each other to take out Donald Trump. This is a massive revelation if it is true, and it looks very likely to be the case. On one hand, Homeland Security, the U.S. State Department, and the FBI are working hand in hand to coordinate and facilitate a, quote, clean, under-the-radar assassination of Trump, while the good elements within the United States Secret Service are working to protect Trump. DHS is actively leaking location details to the FBI so they can then set up, quote, inside hit jobs on Trump. That is how Ryan Ruth knew exactly when Trump would be outside golfing and where to be to get his shots off. Butler is likely a similar situation. Trump cannot and should not trust anyone in or around his inner circle, and in fact needs to do a deep cleaning. I agree completely. I'll go one step further. Trump should stay out of the public eye as much as possible from now on until the election is over. He is far too important to be in the line of fire. Let's go to the tweet he's responding to down here, and let's read this. Ooh. All right. A source tells me the leak of Trump's whereabouts is coming from Homeland Security, not the United States Secret Service. Homeland Security is leaking location details to the FBI, and FBI is running the assassins. The entire top leadership of the FBI is desperately trying to figure out how to eliminate Trump, while the loyal elements of the U.S. Secret Service are trying to stop it. Homeland Security and the U.S. State Department are full-on treasonous criminal ops at this point. If Homeland can't eliminate Trump soon, State Department will make sure a war begins with Russia. If they fail, hundreds of top people within the FBI and Homeland are going to either flee the country or be criminally prosecuted under a Trump presidency. That is what's at stake. Now let's go to the whistleblower, to Josh Hawley. Mm-hmm. All right. Now, this corresponds with this letter from Josh Hawley right here. Let's click on it. What the heck was that? Is that somebody swallowing something?
That was Tom.
Yeah. That was me. I just drank water. My bad.
Good Lord,
That's always
dude.
got to be me.
All right, zoom it in a little bit.
you,
Dude,
Todd.
Royce, you sound like your throat is like collapsing. All right. Dear Director Rowe, my office has received new whistleblower information regarding the most recent attempt on the life of President Donald Trump, raising troubling questions about the Secret Service protocol on that day. A whistleblower with direct knowledge of Secret Service protection at former President Trump's golf course at West Palm Beach, an individual who has, in fact, protected President Trump at that very location, alleges there are known vulnerability in the fence line surrounding the course places that offer a clean line of sight on the former president and others playing the course. As a result, the whistleblower alleges it has been Secret Service protocol to post up agents at this vulnerable spots where President Trump is on the course. That apparently did not happen on September 15th. Instead, the gunman was permitted to remain for 12 hours. Please answer immediately the following questions. Zoom in just a little bit on the questions there.
I can't. That's the max I can zoom in.
Okay. 1, did Secret Service personnel post up at known vulnerabilities in the perimeter fencing? 2, did Secret Service personnel sweep the perimeter prior to former president's arrival of the site? 3, did Secret Service use K-9 units or unmanned UAS systems element to monitor the perimeter of the golf course. How were they used for? If counter surveillance personnel were present at the golf course on September 15th, as you stated at a recent press conference, in what manner were they deployed? Why did they not detect the gunman sooner? 5, what was the specific counter surveillance mitigation plan for the known vulnerabilities outside the fence that day? So on reports of multiple things going on, multiple assassination attempts, and now the inside work, whistleblowers are now sending direct reports to senators in Congress that, yes, there is something going on. But yet, me asking a question, that's false information.
So in the previous clip, or a couple of clips before, it said that Homeland Security is working against Secret Service. So all those three...
Working against the few good people.
Right. So those three-letter agencies, whether it be Homeland Security, the FBI, CIA, whatever, is working against the few good people in the Secret Service. Again, why wouldn't they just bypass all that and get his own security team and say, I'm sorry, I don't want my life taken from me. This is too important. I'm going to hire my own people.
Yeah.
I still don't understand. Dude, go get your own private security.
Yeah, well, and it's not like this place on the golf course where Ryan was stationed was like a super secret squirrel place. This had a cow path to it where the media was known to hang out to get a shot, because if you look at the map where he was, the cart path was coming right towards him. So this is where the media would always stake out to get a picture of Trump or somebody else with him on the golf course. So they knew that location was there and still did nothing about it.
Well, again, last week we were told that we were conspiracy theorist idiots. Because we said that he had a clear line of sight, and then somebody was like, he didn't have a clear line of sight.
Oh,
in
yes,
the first
he
place.
did.
Again, and yes, I know that Mike Johnson cowered down and they passed a continuing resolution in Congress to prevent a government shutdown without the SAVE Act. We would probably talk about that tomorrow once more info comes out today, because literally that happened during the night. That's all I got. For this episode is, ladies and gentlemen, this is some serious stuff, and it's only going to get worse. We're only going to find out more crazy things as it goes on, and so this is not the time to bow down. It's the time to keep fighting. 44 days to decide the fate of this country. 44 days. So we ask you to do a couple things. One, we ask you to hit that like button. The more you hit the like button, more people see this. If this is your first time watching, make sure to hit that follow button. And please leave us a comment in the comment section. We do so love to hear your opinions and what you think. And please make sure to support the sponsors that support us. If you're watching on Rumble, click the pinned comment and go protect yourself from the inevitable lockdowns that they're going to try to impose on Americans. Go get prepared with a wellness kit right now. Todd, pray us out. Let's get to super questions.
Let's do it. Let's all bow. Father, we just thank you for a good weekend, Lord. I just hope that everybody had the ability, had the time to spend some quality time with their families over the weekend, spend some time with you in your house. Father, we love you. We thank you for everything that you do for us, Lord. We thank you for paving the way, for going out ahead of us, lighting our path, and just taking care of us. Father, if there's somebody out there right now, whether it be a listener on audio or is watching the show right now, that does not know you, that has never felt your presence, Father, I just ask that you go to that person or you send somebody to that individual to reveal the love, grace, and mercy that we experience every single day. Father, if there's a need out there, I ask that you go and you meet that need to protect the ones that cannot protect themselves, to heal the ones that need the healing. Father, we love you. We thank you for all that you do. And we ask all these things in your son's name, and all God's people said.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's get to questions. Let's do it.
Alrighty.
Oh, great.
Here we go. First one from YouTube.
Okay. Hey, guys, please wish my mom, Lois, a happy 79th birthday. She loves your show, our President Trump, from L. Harrington.
Happy 79th birthday, Lois.
Mama.
Thank you for watching the show. We appreciate it very much.
Sad, I think I know what you're saying.
Yeah. Punisher, I hope you fall down a flight of steps. Punisher, good morning, fellas. Todd, if you want information on the diddler, ask Todd. He was always at the VIP parties. As for Tony being a DEI, that's true. Hashtag not so illegal Mexican Tony.
I'm gonna start calling him perfectly legal Tony.
Yeah.
Perfectly legal
That's hilarious.
Tony.
Punisher is hilarious because he goes at you all the time, Todd. And
All
he's
the time.
Well, Grant, what if you
he's
just
like
instead of
passive-aggressive all the time.
saying cartel, what if you say not cartel Mexican Tony?
Yeah.
Not cartel, not Mexican Tony.
Yeah,
not cartel,
just like you
affirmative
did with the
action,
Mexican
DEI
Tony.
hired Tony.
Not Mexican cartel, Tony
The
Square.
name just keeps getting longer.
Square. All right, next one.
I'm just going to refer to him as Jessica's husband.
Oh, there you go.
Which is true. I am.
The K9 captain. Elon Musk is laughing about these deleted tweets. He's probably like, yo, backup drives. Who dis? That's fun. Check out Jennifer Coffender's video on X on Megan Fox. I don't want to watch anything about her. She's creepy.
Yeah, she is.
Who is Megan Fox?
Megan Fox.
Yeah.
Satanic.
Heather Gilroy, we have to remember that Justin was a child victim and he just had his first child. As a therapist, we had a lot to process. Plus, we don't know what is going on behind closed doors with lawyers. I mean, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. If he's working on something, then bravo to him. I'm just saying, if he's sitting back lawyering up because he don't want to say nothing. At what point, if you were abused, and again, I'm not casting blame on any abuse victim, but what I'm saying is, at what point, if you're somebody like Justin Bieber, you were abused as a child, you go on to become one of the most prominent figures in the music industry. You're rich beyond your wildest dreams. You got lawyers out the yin yang, all this stuff, and now you are a legit bona fide adult. At what point do you have an obligation to say, hey, this crap happened to me and it's still happening and that freaking dude is running the whole thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, at what point do you have an obligation, or do you, in fact, then become an enabler of it yourself? It's what's the saying? When good men do nothing.
Like, that's when evil wins.
Yeah, and so if Justin Bieber is truly a good man, like you can't do that. Well, I was scared. Like, you can't do that. Like, if the world was decided by scared men deciding to let their fear overtake them and do nothing, then we would have nothing. And so I don't know. But either way,
agreed.
moving on.
Roswayan, do you think R. Kelly tape should have led us to P. Diddy? Like Bieber sounds like the Aaliyah story before the crash. Ooh,
You know what? I said it in the chat
Aaliyah.
that R. Kelly, Aaliyah, Usher, Bieber, they were all part of the Diddy parties. So I mean, I think
they're all connected.
Yep.
Evil gravitates towards evil. And so all these people absolutely are connected.
I
with
think
each
they
other.
did the same thing to Aaliyah before she got into a crash, because she was a minor and R. Kelly was with her, and I think they were all partying with Diddy. So
Yep, probably so.
Yep.
Yeah, and this one.
Same. Aaliyah equals Bieber. They knew with the R. Kelly tapes about Diddy. Yeah.
Yep.
And Aaliyah she's not here.
Yep, that's true.
Marky Mac. Did y'all see the school shooting threats in Arizona? Also, Arizona, they are allowing people who are not having to prove citizenship in Arizona to vote per the AZ Supreme Court.
Dude, it's happening everywhere.
Yeah, I heard that this morning that they're going to allow over 95,000 people that are illegal immigrants to vote.
And that's the big deal about the SAVE Act and Mike Johnson cowering down because the SAVE Act was nothing more than you have to be a citizen to vote.
Isn't that already in
It is.
Isn't that already
The fact that we're having to do it proves that obviously that's not the case, man. I mean, obviously. I mean,
agreed.
you know.
Yep.
Next.
Yep. Jules, the K9 captain, I have 3 deployments, and you don't see me demanding privileges like some of these spoiled brats today. Handouts aren't the answer. Trump is. MAGA.
Absolutely.
And then this one.
Tabby, 6975. Dear Heavenly Father, please be with Graham Tony, Todd, and Royce in the next few months. As this reporting will get more intense, let them have rest every night with their families. God protect Trump. Thank you, Tabby.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, we
And
definitely.
that's it. We have a couple of $1 or $2 ones.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Sorry, guys. We got to
definitely keep us in your prayers for the next 44 days.
Yep, it's going to be a wild ride, ladies and gentlemen. That's all we got for this episode. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit the follow button and comment in the comment section. We do so love to hear your opinions. We'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow. And we have an update. Todd's show, The Hot Seat, will be moving to the 2 p.m. Eastern Time slot. That is a 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Central Time. Who knows? What is that, 11 Pacific Time? It's all over the place.
Yeah, I think it's 11.
Todd's show will be moving to the
1
2 p.m.
God's time
today. And so, tune in for Todd's show, and we'll see you all again tomorrow. Tony.
Todd's show will be moving to the Oprah network.
Yes.
See you guys tomorrow.
Tony. All right, Roy.
She don't want the smoke.
See you guys tomorrow.
Todd.
See you at 2. Love you, miss you, mean it.
And as always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.